Hey, g'day, how you going? I'm Ianapolis from Australia, your acrylic guru, aka Ianapolis. Get some sizes on the canvas there for you straight away in centimetres and inches, and also the colours going up the screen, because this is going to be a fun exercise for you beginners out there. And when I mean fun, I mean happy fun, all right? And I'm going to show you what you need, and it's pretty simple. Even though there might be some technical things you need, I'm going to show you how to get by without those things, all right? Because that's what beginners is all about, is learning how to do things the easy way. And then when you get deeper in your journey, you're developing and you become more experienced yourself. Make sure you've got a coffee as well, all right? Don't neglect your coffee through any art journey you do or any art piece that you do, all right? I've got it on a portrait layout because I'm going to use... This is a traceable I had in one of my previous tutorials, number 19 actually. I forget what I called it, but I'm going to use the same traceable but in a different background. All right, so get on over here and see what we got. So I've got a pretty dark pencil. You know how some lead pencils, some are light and some are dark? You want a darker one if you can find one. And if you're going to do a lot of paintings that involve traceables, get a good one and keep it in your arsenal. Now here's my traceable here, and how we transfer that onto the canvas is I turn it back to front on a window, and the light showing the image, like I could see that 99. I've already gone and done it off camera, but I go along and I just go over the lines that I want to use to trace onto the canvas. This is if you don't have any carbon paper or transferring paper, okay? You all have a lead pencil. We all have sunshine in a window. So you just put it on the window and then that's ready to transfer onto our canvas. And I can just show you here, like I always like to use a red pen as well because you can see where you've been. I know I'm going to have some dark area there. So watch, I'll just do a line there. Okay, see the red's showing me where I've already done it. That's why I use a red pen. And look at that. We have our transferred line there. It's just transferring the graphite pencil like a carbon paper onto our canvas. Now I'm not going to put the girl on just yet, but I know there's the bottom of my canvas down here. I want to off center, and she's there. And you can sort of get a sense, say with this traceable, where she's looking. And I wanted to look at the sunset, so I'm going to have it about here, the middle of my painting. So see, this is where you need to work things out. Look at a picture and work out how you want to do it, which layout you want to go, okay? And I'm pretty much going to have a horizon line here, all right? I'm doing this because I'm showing you what's in my mind. And the sun, so she's going to be there. So I'm going to do the sun, there's center, but I'll do it a bit off center here. Just sort of coming down, and this will be a lake with a shore here where she'll be standing, okay? And we'll have a beautiful sky, okay, reflecting in the water. Going to be quite simple, and maybe, I don't know, some distant hills in front of there on the water. Maybe something like that. Can you see that? I hope you can. All right, so that's what's in my mind. Let's get into it. So I love my Indian yellow. I did it in one of my other paintings, and I'm going to use Indian yellow. But first I want to prep this canvas. So down here I've got my craft student paint, the flowing white as I label it as, or call it, and I've got it with clear medium retarder. Okay, this is going to create the magic white surface for me canvas to do a beautiful blended sky on, and I'll just show you how easy that becomes. So this is the soft bodied student craft paint, flowing white, mixed with clear medium retarder. And I pretty much want to get my coffee out the way and get all this laden on. Now my sky is the issue, so I'm going to worry about the sky half first. I can go to the bottom half later, but I need it all done at the same time, if you know what I mean. Okay, so I've crisscrossed it into the tooth of the canvas. Now I know you can see pencil there. Some people think, oh, you shouldn't use pencil, you should use chalk. You know, it doesn't matter, it's going to be hidden the way I paint anyway. And I've got that down to the bottom there, so that's all going to be mixed with some beautiful colours, all right? So there we go, and it's nice and wet. That canvas board is nice and wet, and it's going to hold a lot of wetness in it to create our blendable sky and water. Okay, I've cleaned that applicating brush and I'm now picking up Indian Yellow. That's my next colour to go onto my canvas. Like I said, my son's there, so I want this right in that area, blaring out. Look at that. See, that's all. Now I'm going to just do this nice and softly across the canvas. That's pretty much blended that colour where I want it. I'm going to use a pouncer later on. Now we'll get some red colour in there. Now I've got an orange colour, or as the tube says, this is red gold, but it's pretty much an orange. So you want an orange colour now. And we want to pretty much, or how big do you want your sunset? I want to come here. See, everything's wet. Okay, look at that. Now see, I'm mixing this orange with yellow, so I've got to be careful because if I put a blue there, it's going to go green. Not so much a problem in the water side, but the sky side, you don't want any green colour. So now I'm just picking up some more of that red gold and getting the edge here if I can. And you know why I'm telling you that? Because I noticed that happening in one of my videos before. Anyway, there we go, a bit of dark colours there. Now grab yourself a blending brush and something to wipe it. And we want to blend, actually I probably could sneak a bit over here tracing through just to cover that area up. There we go. And a paper towel, is that filming? Yes. Now I want to do these beautiful soft, just merging these colours together, just so as they're artistic, soft, and look beautiful to the eye. I want to get that orangey colour traced within that yellow there. I'm starting off on the delicate area first, just so as I don't bring any heavy unwanted colours into the lighter colour there, okay? So that's, and if you watch my videos all the way through, if you're a beginner, watch it once or even a couple of times if you have to, just to see what's going to happen up the road ahead. Okay, now I've done that. Now this can all have turmoil and colours within it, and then I'll put the darker colour there, okay? But at the moment I'm not going to contaminate any darker colours of the blue into this sun-setting sky, but it's pretty easy, isn't it? Hey, look at that. Lovely. Now the bottom's looking a bit iffity-affity, but don't forget the bottom is water. I've got carried away there. So that can be just pulled across there, and you're getting the water looking horizontal. See that? Okay, brush is clean again, and I've got phthalo blue here. This is just the blue I'm going to use, and hopefully we can create some purples with that. Maybe not, because there's not so much red there, there's more yellow in that, so we're going to get sort of a green tinge. You've got to be careful. You could have probably used a red. So I'll get this up here, just to there. And if green tinges happen, it's because I shouldn't have used the orange, because the orange has yellow in it. And oozle something into the sky like that. This is just the water, and I'm not worried if this has green in it. Now I'm picking up just some of the white on the brush, just so as I can lighten some of that and sort of get rid of some of the strokes there. Then I'll just come across, and that's me water. All right, now the top, I want to blend that. So I've cleaned that blending brush, and I'm gonna blend this. So first I'll get the blue all blended to get those strokes out of it, and then I'll start twisting and turmoiling this into that orange, wiping the brush because I want this to be a bit lighter here now, and get this through there. Now I might need to add a bit of white in this because it's looking a bit washed mud looking. So we've got the darker half of the sky up there. I'm just going to contaminate this blending brush a bit. Let's just see what that does. There we go. Careful not to overdo this because I don't think that orange could have been used. It should have been a red. But anyway, I'll live with it. We've just added more turmoil into that bluey colour. Okay. Now if you want clouds in your sky, go for it. Put some clouds in there. Now I want to get the middle intensified. So I'm going to use a pouncer for that. So back down here, I've got my titanium white. I'm going to use a round pouncer and we'll get a glaring sun in the middle of those coloured sunset areas there. And I want my sun about here, so I'm just going to, where are we, about here, get it on. I want to do the sky area first. Now I want to blend that into that yellow. I'm using the pouncer now, stopping the stickiness happening. It's sort of dry and sound, got that padding sound. I don't know whether you can hear that or not. So we got that. Let me just see. Let's put, there's our sun there. So I'm coming down there like that. Grab your, wipe that brush that you had for the water and get the water done again. Easy does it. Just getting that white. Something like that. Yeah, that worked, eh? Now we need the titanium white out of the tube because it's a thicker density than that craft paint. Okay, I'm just wetting the pouncer a bit. And this is going to be the intensified white bit now. So we'll get that on there. Find your bit. Now my sun, if anything's here. There we go. There it is. There's the intensified bit. Can you see that? Yeah, I reckon you can. I'll give it a little bit of a twist just so it's there. Yeah. Play with it a bit because see the middle of my pouncer's convexing in and it's not getting the middle bit properly, so I'm just manipulating it until that all gets worked in. There you go. And we can just put some of this back again if we've loosened, just like that. Grabbing our move along brush. There we go. Nice and easy. That way we've got our reflection in the water as well. So we've done the bottom half as well. I'll put a cloud here just for those people who might want to put a cloud in. And I'm going to use the straight titanium white out of a tube and my applicating brush. My choice is a fan brush. Now I'm not going to go too massive and big, well hopefully I'm not. I just want something up here. Now see, this is washing with those sunset colours, so we don't need to put anything else into this. I'll point it out there as I normally do. That'll be it. Grab yourself a blending brush and something to constantly wipe the build up. You've done your cloud, you've given it some body. Be sure to give it some body. And then blend it with turmoil. Give it a bottom or fade it down, but keep the top half reasonably sharp. Tickle the tops a bit. If you have to, create your cloud. Practice clouds, they're good fun. There we go. Simple cloud. Simple, simple, simple. Now you can also, if you want, I'll grab a smaller fan brush. Just put your yumminess in there if you want your cloud to have some yumminess, okay? Just like that. Okay. And we'll just softly get that yumminess down. So this is if you wanted to add a cloud into your sky, that's how you would do it. That's how I will do it anyway. Or if you don't want to put a cloud there, leave it. There we go. Okay, you've got to this stage. We can dry it now because I'm going to put the landmass out there and the silhouette of the girl and our foreground, okay? All right, I want to put a simple but effective landmass out there, and I'm not going to use black. I'm going to use, so I've got burnt umber, which is a dark brown, and I also want it with some dioxine purple. I don't think I've used this combination before, so I'm going to see how it looks. Just so it's not black. Get yourself a bullshit stick so as we can get at least the bottom straight all the way along. I wonder what this is going to look like. I think it'll look all right. You want your brush just dampened in water a little bit as well, just so it's going to transfer nicely. Now let's see how the bottom's going to look here. Reasonably straight. Okay, which is great. Don't want nothing too big out there. And we'll get some sort of, I'll come off the painting, maybe up here, down there. I want the sun in the middle of it, and then I'll probably have something scooting up here off the painting as well. Try not to come down off the painting, it's just visually better looking when it goes up off the page. So we've pretty much got all, that's up to you, the individual. You're the artist, you're your artist there. You detail this as much as you want. So we've pretty much got an even flat land out there. Everything's dry on my canvas. I've just put some low tape on the top of my traceable there. I want her to the side. Now I just realised her head's going to clash with this dark mountain. I'll get by that, but make sure you don't do that mistake when you do your one. So I want her pretty much there because she's looking over at the sun there, hopefully. And grab your red pen. Doesn't have to be a red pen if you haven't got one. I just use one because it's easier. See, like when you're tracing out, see this image here? You might be doing some, because sometimes traceables take a while to get down, but you can see where you've been. That's the only reason I use a red pen, okay? Now I'm going to highlight this hat with a bit of white where it's breaking into the mountain there, because unfortunately I didn't allow the height of her head for the mountain. So that's a good reason why you need to watch my tutorials all the way through first. And you can even mark down what mistakes I did or what you don't want to do in your one, so as you'll know not to do that, okay? All right, that's pretty much what I want to do. So we'll peel this off. And there we go, we've got the image, see that? On our canvas. Okay, I only use my mid-tone grey. It's from a tube, or mix up your own grey. And I've just got some Mars black there, just any type of black. And I want to put the grey on first to highlight the areas of the shadow on the thing, on the traceable. So I'll just start off with the grey first. Now this traceable is available. Go to the links in the description below. You'll see one for my traceable. Now I'm just pretty much using this grey to map in the highlighted areas for this traceable, just like so. Boomity boom like that. Nothing spectacular. And I'm not worried if it gets a bit dirty with the actual black I'm going to use on her as well. I know there's a shadow in a dress here. And why I'm doing this colour first, it allows me to see that mistake over there. I can cut it back with the dark colour. It's not a mistake, but it's just an over stroke of the brush. This is the shadow in the back of her. I think it's like a summer linen dress, so it suits this scene here as well, I feel. I've used this picture in one of my earlier tutorials, as I've said before. So that's that. And now I'll get the black. Now you want the black nice and sharp on the edges for any silhouetted artwork you do. So get yourself some good brushes there. And if anything, you'd like dampen your brush as well. Get the edge work done first. Concentrate on the edge first, just like I've done with the hat there. And then you can worry about mapping the center area in, okay? I'm just picking up some of the grey, some dirty grey now, and creating, I'm looking at the picture there, yeah. So this is just to get a bit more on there. It's very wet, you could probably dry it if you want, but see what I've done? I've just created her hair there. And I'll leave that shadow dark because that's a shadow under her hat. Now I've finished all the black. Now the greys there, I've got the dirty grey again, and I want to, because I don't want any loud colours in this, none at all. Now I want to blend some of this dirty grey back in there. So that lighter colour grey I put in there first is pretty much underpainted the area where I need to do this dirty grey colour. And in the back of her dress here, and then the hair I can add white to that if I want, just to accentuate the hair there. But see, this is just giving the silhouette a bit of highlighted features. And we'll just, where the hat's meeting the hill, so if you've done the same thing, you can do this. Just dance a highlighted line over there. Okay, I'm just going to add the black and white now. So I've greyed in her arms as well, because under here needs to have a bit of shadow. Just there, and the same on her legs. Now I'm going to pick up some of the white, just washing that brush real quickly, picking up some of the white I have here, and I'll let that dirty up with some of the grey, just so as I can get the hair now accentuated where it should be. Everything's wet, I could probably dry it. So I've dried it off a bit, and I want to accentuate the hair now. And I can see me traceable, it's got some distinct shapes to it, and this will set it off the body a bit better than the way it is, not clashing with the other colours that are there, the greys and the blacks. And we've got shadow under the hat, so I'm leaving that there as well. Alright. Okay, that's my girl. Now I'll just give her a bit of a foreground to stand on. Using the burnt umber and the dioxazine purple we use for the mountain in the midground there. And I want something just sort of coming off here, because I want sort of some water so I can have some little rocks. So this could probably even be a bit higher, coming down there, boom. I want some rocks there, just some little stones on the shore, and just something coming up there. Block all this in, this simple, this easy. Okie dokie. And then we'll put some cattail reeds, and now I'm going to get a smaller brush just to add some little detailed rocks at the front there. Nothing spectacular, but just something there. And I'm using the same brush I used to map the silhouette of the girl in there. And if anything, any shaped rock, so long as it has a flat bottom like that, okay, flat, indicating we can have a smaller one here. And maybe something a bit bigger here, just something. You don't want them too high. If you feel they're too high, stretch them out a bit like that, nice and sharp. Just something to add a bit of detail there in your painting, a bit of extra. Maybe another one there. All different sizes. And wouldn't hurt, put a couple of birds in there. Where can we put birds? I don't know, I've never done many birds in my paintings. Just, how's that look? Good enough, eh? I like that. I'm happy with that. We'll do one there. Maybe this one's a bit closer. Maybe we'll do some little dotty ones in the further away. Anyway, get some birds in there. Okay, we'll just waterfy this off. I'm using a liner brush. It's a 0 liner brush if you really want to know, but yeah, that type of brush there. The same paint, but now I've sprayed some water on it, so it's gonna move off my brush and transfer onto the canvas. And we just want to twist it, keep it sharp, and bring some stuff like this into the painting. See, that one's starting to break up, so I'm going to reload the brush and give it a cat's tail. So a cat's tail, you got your liner brush, practice these. First time I'm doing one, but I should practice what I preach. Now push it on, make it thick, bring it up, and a bit of a point, that'll do. Some kind of cattail watergrass reed there. I'm wiggling it, get it at the thickness. Okay, something like that. And then we can just scratch in some really nice little, oh, not too thick though. See, that's what I hate about these. Will come from the, what I'll do is I'll busy, see this bottom area? I'll busy that up a bit just so it looks a bit more artistic. Because these can be buggers to do. I would admit it, I ain't the best at everything. We all have problems with stuff, and some of these you can put thicker cattails on as well. So I'll try something up here. We'll get it on nice and long up here. Wow, it looks more like a tree trunk. Twist it. Oh golly. Well, that can be a big cattail. Push him on. There we go. What I'll do is I'll come up this one, up there, push him on. And a little point at the top I'm seem to be doing with it. Okay, I'm just doing a couple on camera that are reasonable. So I'm pressing very lightly, twisting the brush, and you want them nice and thin like that, if anything. Nice groups of them coming out. See, when I was rushing it, just remember you don't need to rush your work. See, I did some over here. Nice and thinly twisting the brush. All right, I've just mixed a bit of the grey with this colour here, and I'm going to autograph it down here. Now, check the links in the description below. All my artwork is for sale. There is a link that'll show you what paintings are available, and it supports me and my content. There's also a donate support link down there. You can just support me there as well. And there's my art group page, the blooper channel, my son's channel. Okay, and we'll just put a frame on this. See what this will look like in a frame. Okay, let's just whack a frame on this and see how she looks. Yeah, that's not too shabby. We've got a nice subject for a beginner to paint of a beautiful sunset, silhouette of a girl looking at the day's end or even the beginning of the day. And we've got some water subjects here in the matter as well, all right? Hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did filming it and painting it. Tell your friends if you like what you're seeing here, but if you don't like what I'm doing, you be sure to tell everybody, all right? All the best, goodbye, good luck, and good on ya.